Hey guys, my name is Divya. I'm a doctor and I recently took the SHRM exam. So I've been doing a series of videos on tips and tricks on how to crack the SHRM exam. All these tips and tricks apply to you regardless of whether you're appearing for the CP level or the SCP level. So I really hope that these videos are helping you. If they are, please take a minute and subscribe to my channel. It will really mean a lot to me. And please give this video a thumbs up, because if you do, then it really motivates me to make more and more videos. Okay, so today's video is based on a series of don'ts. So I've talked about what you should be doing, tips to study, tips on applying, what's the eligibility criteria, tips to crack the exam. But what is it that you should not be doing while studying for the SHRM exam? And I've collected three don'ts, I should say, that you should not be doing if you really want to crack the SHRM exam. And I think that a list of do's should be followed by a list of don'ts, and that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do this video. So let's get right into it. So don't number one, don't have too many studying resources and books. So what do I mean by that? So a lot of people have a habit of buying lots of books when they apply or sign up for a certification exam, and then it's an overwhelming kind of feeling. And I've never been the type to collect too many books and have too many references and be surrounded by books and notes on my table and feel like, oh, I'm so studious. Somehow it just never worked for me, and that's what I would like to suggest to all of you. Pick one resource. So pick one resource and just focus on that particular resource. My resource, as you all know, was the learning management system. I did not go anywhere else. People said purchase the Tata McGraw-Hill book, purchase flashcards on Anki, purchase the Mometrics series, and there are tons of other books on Amazon or other websites that many people recommended on many different websites. But I just didn't want to get bogged down by too many things. If you purchase one good resource, believe me, it's more than enough. It takes about 4 to 6 months to really browse through everything and read through everything if it's a good resource. So I would really say don't purchase multiple books. Don't purchase multiple question banks. And don't think that you'll be able to reference more and more of this, because there's no time for that in life. At least this is what I feel. If you're one of those geniuses who can read a book a week or even a book a day sometimes, then you're really a different category, and I so look up to you. I really do. But I think it's difficult. It's difficult when you have multiple resources and multiple books. So don't buy too many books and resources. Purchase any one that you think is reliable, because I am not propagating the learning management system. It's just something that worked for me, so I keep talking about it. And my idea is to purchase that one reliable source and review. So reviewing is what cements knowledge, and repetition is the mother of learning. So I recommend that, highly recommend that for everybody. Okay, so don't number two. Don't trust question banks from anywhere and everywhere. Now, what do I mean by that? Every time we sign up for a certification exam, there are question banks or questions that start floating from everywhere. People are sending you questions that they make themselves, or people who've signed up for the certification exam and they're sharing certain questions that you feel might be good, and this will really help you. What I'm trying to really say here is don't spend time on solving questions which are not from a reputed source, because a lot of times those question banks are not reliable and are not of good quality. So you don't know the question itself, and you definitely don't know the answer. So you don't even know what you got right, what you got wrong, whether your thought process is correct, and whether you're building it up correctly. So believe it or not, I got certain question banks, from friends who were appearing for the exam. It wasn't a whole lot of questions, maybe 10 or 20, but they weren't anything like the SHRM questions or the questions on learning management system. So what I'm trying to say is, go for quality, go for one resource again, and that resource would have enough review material, enough studying material, and enough mock exams and practice exams such that you don't have to get swayed by anything else. And that one good resource would take up so much of your time, you're not gonna look elsewhere. Okay, so don't number 3. Don't be afraid of failure. And I know this is so easy to say, it's much easier said than done, but I think all of us need to get into that mindset, because if we're so afraid to fail, then we're afraid to try. And if we're afraid to try, then we're never going to try for these certification exams that we could so easily crack. So the fear of failure could actually make you not sign up for the exam at all. And let's just say that you failed the first time. Who cares? It's a certification exam. No one's going to remember it. You weren't in a group full of people, or a group, or a class where everybody remembers that, you failed the exam. It's not going to appear anywhere. You're going to take it the second time and you're going to pass. And then that's all that you'll remember. You'll remember that you passed the exam. So really a quick wrap up of my 3 don'ts. They're very simple. But I think they're so applicable to all of us because we get swayed by different things. So don't number 1, don't buy too many resources. It's really just one resource and one book, whichever one you want. Pick that and stick with it. If you think that that's a reliable, good quality resource, that's totally worth it. Second, go only for reliable question banks, trustworthy question banks. And third, it's okay to fail. Just know that. Don't be afraid of failure. It's okay to fail. It happens to the best of us. So these are my 3 don'ts that I wanted to talk about in this video. Again, I hope that these don'ts and do's are helping you. And if they are, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.